What's up, guys? Welcome back to Poolside Chat. My name is Todd, and I've got another amateur pool match to review with you. As you can see by the graphic, it's the end of the session. USAPL 10 ball. We made playoffs. Let's jump right into it. So I'm playing Kyle. He's roughly about a 475 Fargo. Again, kind of like I mentioned in my last video, I wasn't taking good record of the exact handicaps and the exact race when the match happened, but we're close. We're close enough for comfort. I used to play with Kyle for, I think, a session or two on APA before COVID, and he was fairly new starting out, kind of bobbled between a 2 and a 3, had some good days, move up to a 3, have a bad day, move to a 2, and then with COVID, I didn't run into him for quite a while. Not long after that, sometime 2021, he was already a 5 and shooting lights out by comparison, considerably better. Since then, he's only continued to play. He plays all the time. He's in a ton of different leagues. You see him every weekend at some kind of tournament. This guy got bit by the pool bug, and it shows. So only a couple years later, he's an APA 6. I think he's a 6 and 8 and 9. And his Fargo, 475. He's a very sporty shot. So I won the flip. I get the break. Dab him up. Let's dive right into it. So if you remember, with 10 ball, got to have the 1 up front, 2, 3 in the back corners with the 10 in the middle. Other than that, keep it random. We got the break. I actually got a good spread, but if you notice, I clipped that head ball a little thinner than I want, so it actually went around and 2-railed back into the clump. Just got a little lucky to come back out in the middle of the table, so we'll take it. Unfortunately, not a good shot on the 1. Let's see what happens. Don't have a whole lot here, so realistically should be playing it safe. Just trying to bounce it out. Yeah, way too thick. I was actually trying to get that over behind that 6-7, maybe get the cue ball over by the 3. Hit it way too thick. Left it at least to where you can see it. Doesn't leave him a great shot, but he's at the table. I'm not. So he's playing it smart. He's walking around, checking his angle, seeing what's even possible. Can he cut it? Can he bank it? I think he just called this cross corner bank, and he did. Just unfortunately, 5 ball is a little bit too much in the way, and truthfully, he didn't really hit it hard enough to even probably get it there. So now I'm up. Really don't have a whole lot of trouble here. Just need to do a nice little stop shot on the 1. Even if it rolls forward just a little bit, bump the 9. Leaves me still a nice, easy 3 ball. This is going to be a pretty easy pattern. You can just either stop or roll forward just a little. Yeah, a little stun run through there. I like that shot. Lets you kind of stroke it a little bit more. You put low, you stroke it, but the idea is that it's not still sliding or reverse. It actually will release just a little bit before there, before it hits the object ball, hits it, and just barely rolls forward. But again, allows you to put a little more stroke into it. It's a great shot to learn. So 4 on the side. Got a little lucky with the 5 ball because I wanted to roll that into a little bit more of a comfortable spot, but the camera looks a little tight, but I still have it here. So all I got to do is just draw straight back, just like that. Now, as you saw in the icon, there we go. Got the 7 ball, same corner. Let it just kind of 2-rail around. Get off, give me a little breathing room. Perfect. Got myself a 9 ball. Now this, I would just hit this with straight top, maybe just a teensy bit of right, just so that way it comes off the rail, rolls straight down table, leave yourself a nice easy 10. And I put actually a lot more spin than I wanted because that took and just threw it to the side rail. Didn't need that much spin, but still not too far away. Middle of the table, nice comfortable stroke. 10s going in that top right corner. Should be pretty much done in that. That's rack number 1. Not a bad start. Like I mentioned earlier, USAPL, whoever makes the 10 gets 14 points. So the rest of the points that I got, the other 9, don't mean anything for me. Just means Kyle doesn't get them. So now it's his break. While we're waiting, I'm curious, what do you guys think of the graphics? Do you like the way they look? Are they smooth? Are they easy to read? Let me know. Are you on your phone? Are you on your TV, tablet? How are you guys viewing it? And yeah, is it easy to comprehend what's on there? Is it too big, too small? I don't want it to overtake the screen, but I don't want you to start squinting to see what's as far ago. I can't quite tell. So get in the comments, let me know, or jump on Facebook. I hope you guys are following me there. Let me know. Let me know what you think. So Kyle broke. He made one ball here. Unfortunately, the two ball kind of got in his way, so he's going to try to take the one ball kick the one into the corner here, and came real close. That was a good try, Kyle. Unfortunately, it hit that side rail, bumped the three to leave me open. So if you look at this right here, this isn't too hard of a pattern, at least for the first quite a few. Basically, just do a stop shot on the one, then you just kind of slow roll the two into the top side, we'll call it. Then you've got three back in the same corner. From there, it just kind of depends on your leave as to how you need to roll it. But see, I moved the cue ball a little bit too much sometimes. It's either that or maybe on the camera angle, I just couldn't quite see. It wasn't as straight as it looked. But Todd, what was that? Yeah. Yeah, that was a look of disgust. I don't know what that was. All I had to do was just slow roll it. I think I just got anxious because it was a gimme. So when it's a gimme shot, you don't put as much thought into it, which you shouldn't do. If you watch the pros, you watch the big guys, every single ball is as important as the money ball. You can't just willy-nilly shoot the balls like all of us amateurs. Take your time, slow down, put a little extra effort, a little extra focus into it. That was actually talking to myself. You guys just get to listen into my internal thoughts. So Kyle's going to take that three in the top left corner there. Nice little two rail. Hope he can sneak by. Man, look at that leave. That was cherry. I like that. Not sure it's exactly how he intended it, but hey, he'll take it. So now he's got a nice little soft shot right there. Little love bump on the 9. He's got an easy 5. Just got to make sure he's got a little bit of an angle, so he wants to punch it to at least clear that 9 ball, just like that. Might have even been a little bit hard. He didn't need to get all the way over there. I'm not sure if he just hit it too hard, maybe a little too much low or something that took it. Didn't need to get all that. Ooh, don't get behind that 9. Still going to be over a ball, but hey, you can see it. You're at the table. Look at this guy. He's tall. He's lanky. He can reach it. He's not a short little guy like me. The only problem is he didn't really put a whole lot into it, so he left himself a little trickier, a little bit harder on the 9 ball than he really intended, let's be honest. He wanted to put either a little bit more power or just a little more top, just let it roll, get back out, at least give him another diamond or two for comfort. Didn't quite get there. So he tried to punch it. Yeah, so he tried to punch that right there so he could at least hold the cue. Unfortunately, it still rolled on him, but when you're kind of a little stabby, a little jabby with it like that, your accuracy goes down. So at least if nothing else, he left me on the rail, so gave me as hard a shot as possible. But sometimes I get lucky. And again, what I do, I made a hard shot, just put myself right back on the rail. But I got them both. I got them both. So Kyle, he got 7. I got the 14. I made the money ball. I got to wait on the other table there. And I'm back up. Just like that. I am back up. All right. So here's my break. I always put it at the head rail about a diamond off. I try to give straight low, which is a slight twist of left, and I aim it as if I'm aiming straight into the 10 ball. So I've got a little bit of a cut break on that 1 ball, and that way the cue ball just fires straight into the side rail. Like so. Now if the 6 ball gets out of my way, I had to get right in my way, didn't it? I don't know if I had a little bit too much spin or a little too much draw. I don't know, but the cue ball just hit that side rail and launched on me. A lot more than I wanted, that's for sure. So I do have the option to push. The only thing is, I know Kyle. He's a good enough shot that unless I leave him behind a ball, which then he's probably just going to say, I can take it back, uh, pretty much anywhere he's going to fire at. And I don't want to give him a shot because he can pocket balls pretty well. So I'm a little close. I want to try to control the cue ball. So I'm going with a dart jump. And I'll take that leave. I think I mentioned another one of my videos. When I go to jump, first off, the air rush is too easy of a jump cue. It makes me look like I know what I'm doing, but I get over the ball the majority of the time. But when I don't make the object ball, I typically will leave them hooked a little bit. So I'll take it. So he tried to save. Actually, this is a good containing shot. Because if you look at it, can I see the one? Absolutely. Can I do anything with it? Not really. Like even for where it's at, that's gonna be a tough safe to even try to get. Like, I don't even know what I would try here. Try to carry him off the right side of the one, maybe get right into the four. You don't want to just cut the one over there because that cue ball is going right toward the pocket. So I'm looking at some kind of safe. I'll be honest, I don't really know what. This is kind of new for both of us. But I see something, so let's see what I do. I think I'm going after the four ball. And missed it terribly. So not really sure what I was intending there. But similarly, I left him no real look to make something, but man, did I leave him a lot of options to play it safe. Got to wait for his teammate to move. So he called it in the side. I don't even know if I would honestly shoot for that. Yeah, okay. There we go. Smart move, Kyle. No reason to swing at that. That was going to be a real tough shot. You don't want to fire at that. Because especially with that four ball right there, makes it a little tricky to get a two rail. At least get in your head a little bit, I think. But so now I'm trying to look at what's the one rail look like to get to that point. Now there's no actual math here. I'm just making a educated guess. Is really all this is. Just get a feel for it and see if that's what I want. But I'm gonna call it in this side that I'm now covering up. Try to two rail at this. Let's see if I can get anywhere close. And I hit it. Oh, but such disappointment. Just that was a good two rail kick for no real benefit. Put the one out in an open spot, ball in hand. Terrible. Terrible. So Kyle's going to just shoot the one, try to sneak up by the four, and by that, I guess, pound it. But hey, 2 for Tuesdays, apparently. He's like, I don't want 1 point when I can get two. Let's take this bad boy down. So now he's got a nice, easy shot. He just needs to put a little bit of draw on the two to bring the cue a little center table, but don't rip it to the other side, of course. Just make sure you can see that five. That was a good shot. Good control. So now this is just a straight draw shot. That way it just kind of pops off that side rail a little bit. Comes more center table. Unfortunately, I think he might have lifted up. What do you say? Let's go back here for a second. Because he was down, he was shooting good. See that? Just that little bit. Watch it. Watch his head. He's down on the shot. He's good form right there. Chin's on the cue, but then right before he fires, he starts lifting up. I wonder if that is what made him kind of throw off a little bit. Just that little bit of body motion. And I know I need to get back into making some reels on my Facebook page. I made a couple, but then I started getting onto the YouTube fix, and now I'm over here. But I need to get some reels going. But anyway, if you follow me on Facebook, I have a couple videos that give some real basic beginner tips on staying down, staying through the shot, so that way you're actually hitting the cue ball where and how you intend. Because that's the only thing you can do in this game. You can only... What's up? I am back, I actually had to edit the video a little bit. I just kept on commentating, didn't even realize that my lav mic died on me. So I was looking down and my audio meter just was sitting flat, and I was like, oh, hold on a minute. So I had to go back, figure out where I was, and here I am. So we're gonna back up a little bit. I actually wanted to talk about this shot again, so kind of worked, right? So I left myself on the 6 ball, but this is a real controlled shot that I think more people need to work on. This shot here, you don't want to just let the ball roll. You don't want to try to overpower it by any means. But I hit this with a low right, and it's just, you got to learn your speed control, because watch this. It hits it with some speed, but then it just kind of slowly stuns off the rail. If you can learn to get that kind of shot, your speed control is going to be much better. You're going to feel more confident in the game. Trust me. Practice. Practice that one. So I've got a nice easy 8 ball. I had a little bit of an angle, so you see the cue ball slid more than I wanted. I was trying to leave it where I had a closer to a straight in shot on the 9, so I could either stop or pull back just a little baby draw, be good. Unfortunately, I've got an angle, so put a little bit of low, but control it, so that way I can go side to side. And unfortunately, as many times already this game, I'm back on the rail. So there we go. Now I got to remember even where I was commentating, because I had all kinds of things I was saying. I don't even know where I was. I don't feel like rewatching all that. So we're just going to start over. I'm up right now, 42-10 over Kyle. I'm just waiting for him to kick one off here, get started. Because he is a great shot. He's a good ball pocketer. He just gets a little wild, gets a little too, puts a little bit more stank on it than he really intends, I think. So, which, on a break shot, that works. But just because you're trying to do some kind of decent draw, stay down. Smooth is more important than power. So it's a dry break. And with 10 ball, you have the push option. Can't remember if I said that already. We're just going to keep going. So I push. Tried to leave him kind of a tricky shot to see if he wanted to get out the short cue. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I left him a little gap on that 4-9. So I think he just needs to hike up, try to get a little bit of swerve, or maybe even a little rail first. I think he just hit the rail a little too close to us. So he got a hair behind it. But look at that result. That's, as a buddy of mine says, that's living right. Leave that at 1 in an ugly spot and just bury the cue ball right back up to it. So I'm going to try a safe, put a little low right, and just barely punch it. See, spin that back there. Try to use that 5-8. There's a little bit of a wall there. Ideally, even get behind the 7, then I really have a good wall. But if I went straight to the 7 and left him at least a look at the ball. So he's going to try to return. Say if he did put a little swerve on that one, you saw it did it curled on him a bit. A little tap. That was a great shot. That was a great result for sure. Good shot. So I'm going to kick at the head wheel, because let's be honest, there's not really a whole lot else you can do with this. And try to return a safe. The only problem is I did bump it and left it real close to the 1, but I need to, and I'm going to talk to myself for a minute. Todd, you need to start walking around the table a little bit, see it from another angle, and see if there's maybe a different way you should shoot it, or at least get a better visual of what to do. Inner monologue over. So he called the 1 in the side. He's got a cool little shot here. He's just going to carry him off the 2. That was a great shot. The only problem is that 5 ball had to get in the way and be a complete jerk. So he doesn't have a shot on the 2. But that was a cool shot on the 1. Just no result. So he's calling the side. He's going to kick at the 2, which is a good shot. He just has to play the angle right. It's tricky, because even if he made it, he really wouldn't have a shot on the 3. The only problem is, did not get a rail. So it gives me ball in hand. And that brings me back to the table. I've got a nice easy 2. I just need to make sure you don't hit the 7. I just need to put a little top and just put a slight bit of right and get through the ball and leave myself a comfortable 3. But instead, I don't. I bump the 9. Now I force myself to bank. But let me back up here for a second. Watch the cue ball. I bank it with a little bit of a little bit of right spin, which saved me. Because when that cue ball actually bumps the rail, it would have bounced out behind the 6, but that spin let it hook, and right there left myself a shot on that 4. So that was a good result. I'll take it. And again, you see a little sigh, a little look around. I need to put just a little bit of left to get around the 9. Instead, I figured I had an angle, figured it would naturally go around. It didn't. So I've talked about my buddy Adam. When he first started playing with me, and he's a far better player than me. He's always told me I'm spinning the cue ball too much. So I'm doing my best to tame that back, pull it back a little bit, and just try to learn a little bit more of the natural angles. And what happens? I keep hooking myself. Need to spin it, Adam. Just a little bit though, not as much as I was. I understand. So he's hiked up, just put a little bit of swerve. I think he just hit a little bit hard there because he ended up getting that, or maybe it's just that spin from the swerve. It just took off on him, left him a self safety, if you will. So now he's got to kick head rail, try to get that 6 in the side, which, natural roll, he's going to have a great shot on the 7. So you make this and you're out. Good speed, just missed it. Throw the hand up, slow down. Try to hope for the best, try to get behind that 8-9 barrier, but it didn't. So I'm going to play a return safe that was not good. Same thing, trying to get behind that 8-9. Just about a balls too much roll on it. So he called that pocket. I'm just not sure if he was calling the 6 or the 7. I would assume he's calling the 7 because let's be honest, it's hanging. And he just hit it too hard. Or I should say a little too perfect because it hit at the right angle that it grabbed that 7 and took it over the edge with him. The problem is he wanted one of the balls to stay. Ideally, the 7 drop, 6 stay up, so he at least has something to hit and hopefully get out. But now he's having to kick at the 8. Not a great shot, but you don't have a whole lot to do. Don't have a lot of options here. The only question is which way do you want to kick? And I'm going to kick to the head rail because at least you're kicking at a full ball. If you try to kick to one of the sides, you're having to go around. Whoa. You'd have to go around the ball, which, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh. Now that's some extra bad luck there. He could thin the 8. He just wasn't anticipating it to bank off the side rail and then give it a little love bump on the cue ball for a scratch. That's bad luck. And I don't wish that upon him, but I do take charity. I do take charity. So, most powerful shot in pool you need to learn is the stop shot. I'm telling you, most people don't have a good, comfortable, consistent stop shot, and you need it. You need it. It's so powerful. So I am real close. I am on the hill, as they say, because I'm within 14 points. Obviously, I only need 4 here. Kyle's got a bit of a climb. So he's just over here hoping for a wide open break and a scratch. Let's be honest. That's what he needs. But I'm not breaking great on rotation right now. My 8-ball break is still pretty fantastic. I'm loving it. I need to work on my rotation. I hit 8 and 9 ball the same break only because I haven't worked on 10 ball so much. And then Well, it's not quite ball in hand. It is a dry break. That three ball should have fell. But I left him a nice easy one. Now he just has to do a little stop shot. That way it just barely slides over. Just like so. Might even been a little bit hard. A little bit hard on that one, so he gives himself a little bit more comfortable shot. So he's calling that pocket. I'm assuming he has to call the combo because there's not a whole. I don't know if that two has a full pocket. Yeah, he was trying the combo. Just got a little thick on the 6. A little thick. Good news is, it's not a bad leave. I can kick and hit it, but what am I honestly going to do with it? I'm going to hit it and leave him a nice, easy shot. That's what I'm going to do. That'll learn him. Full table, but let's be honest, that's not that hard of a shot. Just got to make sure you don't hit the 6 first. So he's playing it right. At least double check it. See how much gap there is. Pretty easy. Just nice, firm, top English. Beautiful. Good shot. And the 3 is a gimme. The only thing is, what are you going to do with the cue ball? I would almost, for me, I think I'd hit it a little bit rail first so the cue ball spins out. But man, he put a lot more power on it than I think I would have. I wouldn't have tried to hit it that hard. Because now he's having, and he called the corner. I think he's calling the 5 ball to the corner, so that way it looks like it's pretty wired for a combo. So he's gonna go rail first, kick at it. You see, he got a good back carom on the 4 ball, and I had to point like, wait, weren't you calling here? He's like, hey, Kyle's a great guy. He's honest. He's never gonna BS you and tell you something different. So he was honest. He said, yeah, I was calling there. Which is smart because I returned the favor and just gave it right back to him. Nice and easy. Super simple combo. 5-6. You don't want to overhit it, but you hit that great. Because a lot of people hit that at an angle where the 5 bounces out to the wrong side. He hit that well. That was a good shot, Kyle. And then try to draw into the 7 and just missed it. Just missed it. He was trying to break it out, which he got some spin on it. That was a good draw shot, don't get me wrong. No, I think this is where he's still in I need points, I got to get this rack mode where he really needs to find a safe. Like I would just barely graze the right side of the 7, get the cue to the rail, to the head rail, and then as close to the side rail as possible. Just try to leave him nothing, but instead he fired at the combo trying to back cut the 9 in, which that's very tough at that angle. So just try a safe. Just hope you leave him hooked. That's really the idea. Don't always got to swing for fences here. But he did. Good news is he didn't really leave me a whole heck of a lot, did he? So I'm having to go figure out something. And this is where I would come off the right side of the 7, just like so, and try to spin. Well, I would try to leave the cue ball behind the 9, leave the 7 on the rail, get him hooked. But instead, somehow, magically, I made the 7 off that really hard angle that I could never make if I was intending it. So here we go. Left him a look. He's got the 8. It goes by the 10. And he got a little more behind that than he wanted. I think that's where it might have been a little beneficial if he would have stepped off to the side. Just get a visual of that angle of the 8 going into the corner, and don't just trust your judgment. And I had just enough gap off the 8. All I gotta do is just cut it, get it off the side rail. I'm middle of the table, right where you want to be. Nice, comfortable stroke. Maybe could use a little more, but still, on as a spot shot, as long as you hit this with top and just as a smooth rolling ball, you'll never scratch on the side. Just like that. And that's it. So I win 70-19. Pretty decent turnout. I think I held him to 19. I don't know how the points are going to work on that. I get 100 for the win plus two points for every ball that I withheld him from. So was that 27 times 2, 54? So 154? Something like that? I don't know. You guys let me know if I'm wrong on that. But again, let me know what you guys think of the graphics. Are they good size? Are they legible? If you're watching on your phone, watch on TV, comment or get me on Facebook. Let me know what you think. I want to improve this. I want to make it better, make it appealing, and something you want to watch. So, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. Come on over to Facebook, follow along there. I'm trying to make it fun, post some funny memes here and there, trying to just create a community. I want you guys to be part of it. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this. I want to get some more viewers if you can. Help me out, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.